Howdy team, happy Thursday. I hope y'all are having a great day. I am very excited because as soon as I finish this video, I get to go help deliver a bunch of our new produce boxes. If you haven't heard yet, that starts back today. And the new produce boxes include dairy and meats as well. And so we've got, I don't know, 450 boxes out there to give away. So we get to help the community again. Really, really cool project. So if you get this video and you want to come help, come help. If you want to come get a box, do that too. But anyway, let's jump in. Great lesson this morning or this weekend. I know you're going to benefit from it. I hope you enjoy studying it. Let me just say for starters, the Would You Rather game that they give us is so much fun. And even if you don't use the transition point of specifically we're playing Would You Rather because if Jesus were given the option of would you rather stay in heaven or would you rather come to earth, he chose to come to earth. Whether you make that point or not, and it's kind of cheesy, that's just a fun conversation piece for your group. So if you just want to take 2 or 3 of those, by all means do. But that's just fun and that'll be good. I am attaching to this email. This is actually from the adult curriculum. It's called The Word. And it actually describes the difference between the biblical Jesus and what the cults believe about Jesus. I don't know if you're going to use this any or not. It may just be something fun for you. But I thought it was pretty interesting. So I'm attaching that to the email. We can print some of these off for you on Sunday morning as well. But I thought it was pretty interesting. Some of our kids inevitably are going to believe some pretty silly things about Jesus. Some of our adults believe some silly things about Jesus. And so addressing those could be really, really helpful. So that's good. Let me just say, and you've heard me say this before, so I'll keep it brief. Guys, repetition is essential. That's how we grow. So I think this will be the 3rd time that we've done John chapter 1 this year. Let me just say 2 things about that. Number 1, keep in mind that we have students that were not part of the group since the last time we covered John chapter 1. Not only our brand new 7th graders, but just new students to the church period, and we're still figuring out what they know, what they believe. We're also still figuring out what our students that have grown up in the church know and believe. I discover teenagers all the time that have been in this church their entire lives that just don't know things, and that's okay. So even though you feel like you have it down, that doesn't mean that our teenagers don't. Again, doesn't mean that our adults have it down either. So don't get discouraged, please, by going, man, we've already done John chapter 1. Number 2, in that thought, just allow the words of this chapter just thrill your heart with who Jesus is. And I'm going to give you some supplemental reading too. Read Genesis chapter 1 and 2, and then also pair that with Colossians chapter 1. And just let those words soak in your heart. Man, Jesus is God. He's the one that planned this thing. He's the one that's sustaining this thing. And he is the one that died on our behalf so that we could know him. This chapter should thrill us regardless of how many times we've taught it. So I hope you'll be encouraged in that aspect and point the teenagers in that direction too. Let me also, again, just a supplemental thing. I would love it if you would read John chapter 1 in the Amplified Bible. You've heard me talk about it before. That's the version of the Bible that adds words. And I know y'all think I don't need any extra words. And I usually don't. But I love how it defines and actually, like from the original language, it defines some of the words that maybe trip us up, but they do it really poetically and beautifully. So check that out. In fact, if you want to read specifically the first 5 verses of John chapter 1 from the Amplified Bible to the students, I think they'll be encouraged by it. Last thing is this. It says in the chapter that John was not the light, but he pointed the light. And so let our encouragement be to our teenagers this week. Remind them we are not the light of the world. And this is where some are going to go, didn't Jesus say that we're the light of the world? He did say that. But he said that because it's Jesus that is living in us and his power is living through us. That still ultimately is what the light is. The church is not the hope of the world. The church carries the hope of the world to the world. But the enemy is so slick and so subtle, and in all of our good deeds and all the things that we do for the sake of the kingdom, he can convince us, you know what, you are accomplishing some good, and it's not us, man, it's all about Jesus. And so John was pointing to Jesus constantly, saying, no, he's the light, he's the hope, he is everything. We just get to be the light bearers. And so let's remind our students of that they're not the light of the world, but they know the light and they get to distribute the light. And that's a really cool opportunity for us. Guys, I love y'all. I'll see you Sunday. Have a great weekend. Bye.